बैंक को लेकर, लेकिन बिटकॉइन समेत तमाम क्रिप्टो करेंसीज को लेकर आरबीआई गवर्नर शक्तिकांत दास ने एक बार फिर से आगाह किया और कहा है कि क्रिप्टो करेंसीज बाजार में स्थिरता ला सकते हैं, इकोनॉमी में मंदी ला सकते हैं। और एक बीएफएसआई को लेकर बहुत ही एक क्रूशियल समिट है, वहां पर उनका संबोधन चल रहा है। आइए सुनते हैं कि और वो क्या कह रहे हैं।
But that's only one of the factors. It's not as if something the Fed does and we will have to sort of follow that line. And so therefore, we are primarily, and I have said it earlier also, our monetary policies are governed and driven primarily by our domestic growth inflation dynamics. Actions of US Fed do impact our domestic situation because, like if, there's a tightening, let's say the dollar becomes stronger, naturally the price of our imported, we are a commodity importing country, naturally the price of our imports, the crude, petroleum crude and other imports will go up. But we are not, nobody is anybody's big daddy in the current world. Everybody has his own space. Okay. And I think the days of big daddy and all that thing is 19th century. It's no more the case, but yes, US is a major player. But let me say that primarily we are governed by our domestic, and I mean, when I say it, I really mean it.
Okay. Sir, you brought in the two words which I thought would avoid, inflation and growth. So tell me, I mean, 10 months in a row, Reserve Bank of India failed to contain inflation within the band, which is nothing new about, I mean, everybody knows, and it has, as we speak, it has gone within the band, etc. But historically, very often RBI's estimate of inflation is off the mark. Actual inflation is higher than RBI's estimate. So one could be we need to take a look at the composition of inflation, or other could be Reserve Bank of India needs to take a look at the assessment of inflation. Where are we?
No, we constantly keep on fine-tuning our models of inflation forecasting. But any forecast, whether it is of inflation or it is of growth, by any central bank, not just the Reserve Bank, is always conditional to so many factors. Now, if the conditions change, if the underlying conditions change or do not happen the way you had assumed, then naturally the numbers will be different. But the last few prints, I think our expectations both on inflation and growth, we are almost getting it to the second decimal, or the first decimal, if not the second. Okay. So 6.3 was our estimate for, the growth of the second quarter, and we got 6.3. The last inflation print, which came at 5.88, let's say 5.9, our expectation was about 20 or 30 basis points, I think, higher than that for the month of November. So sudden developments do take place. We keep on fine-tuning our model. What is important to see in the context of inflation forecasting is not whether you are getting that number right. It is essentially whether you are getting the direction of inflation right. And not only the direction, but also the force of the direction. Whether we are able to read correctly that the inflation is going to go up, is going to go up very fast or is going to go up very steadily. So it is the direction and the speed of the inflation movement while it is going down or while it is going up, or if there is volatility. So I think it is the direction and speed underlying the inflation, and inflation momentum, which is important, not just getting that number right. Because monetary policy is based on the direction of inflation, the broad speed of inflation, rise or inflation decline.
तो आरबीआई की मॉनेटरी पॉलिसी होती है वो महंगाई किस दिशा में जा रही है उसके आधार पर तय होती है, और अगर परिस्थितियां चेंज होती हैं, बदलती हैं, तो महंगाई दर के अनुमान में भी बदलाव करना पड़ता है। लेकिन आरबीआई गवर्नर ने ये कहा कि हाल फिलहाल जो प्रोजेक्शंस रहे आरबीआई की तरफ से वो बिल्कुल सटीक बैठे हैं महंगाई को लेकर और ग्रोथ को लेकर भी। साथ ही उन्होंने ये भी कहा कि क्रिप्टो करेंसीज जो है काफ़ी बड़ी दिक्कतें पैदा कर सकता है इकोनॉमी में और मंदी भी ला सकता है। ये बार बार उन्होंने आगाह किया है क्रिप्टो के इस्तेमाल को लेकर और इसके जो निवेशक हैं उनको भी चेताया है कि इसकी कोई बैकिंग नहीं होती, इसको लेकर सावधान रहना चाहिए। तो बहुत ही इंपॉर्टेंट कमेंट्स इस समिट से आरबीआई गवर्नर के। चलिए